So slow travel typically means, in my definition, is you stay in a place for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I define it as stay about a month. And I'm going to give you why. I'm going to give away what's inside my masterclass just so you understand the concept. Again, this is for those of you, if you're like me, where you were getting very stressed in the US at this time and you wanted to take a month, 2 months, 3 months and just rest, recalibrate, and you have some savings. Okay. But I'm going to talk more about it. So, slow travel, stay a month. Here's why a month is the key tipping point. Okay. And many slow travelers don't say that as I'm thinking about them. I watch all different sorts of channels. I watch all different sorts of people, single people, young people, white couples, older, wealthier couples, black couples, retired. I watch all different people. They often don't say this. Go for a month, and right there, you're going to trigger something. When you do Airbnb, which is what most slow travelers are doing, or they're doing just short-term rentals, maybe in a different company, when you stay for 28 days or longer, and again, I did not know this, right? So I look at Airbnb and I'm like, 201 a night? That's ridiculous. I mean, I can't do that. When you book for 28 days or longer, you typically trigger a huge discount. And here is why. Okay. So this is the big key to being able to do this travel. When you're staying in somebody's nice Airbnb rental for a month, you're saving them all these, like having to come in and clean like 5 times in that month, having to deal with all the different people coming in. So they give you a very steep discount. Maybe an apartment that would have cost 1,600 for the month, like the daily rate, right? If you did it for the whole 30 days, if you just did the math, it might be $2,000 or it might be 1,500. I see many in that range of an Airbnb, a place to stay. Again, stay with me. And you're like, that's too expensive. I can't do that, Viv. What you can do once you book the 28 days, excuse me, that was not me, that was my friend. Once you book the 28 days, you get the steep discount where it might drop to 800. So again, stay with me on this. If you live in the United States or Canada, a westernized country, right? If you can get a month stay down to under $1,000, but think about what that includes. You find an Airbnb, you book for a month, isn't just rent. You're getting heating. Typically you're getting heating, cooling, the ambiance of the place, right? If it needs heating, the heating's included. Typically, if it includes air conditioning, again, typically the air conditioning is included. You're getting the electricity, the lights, everything, right? So you arrive at a place, it's ready to live in. So that's what I'm saying to you. Think about if you are US or Canadian, could you find that? And is it in an interesting place? So in an Airbnb, maybe you pick, and that's my next tip, you pick a town, like a second tier town. You don't go to Paris. Maybe you go to Lyon, or you go to some, a third tier city in France. Wonderful, average city, people living there, and you find a rental for $700 or $800. Think about what that means. You could go. So yes, you had to pay the airfare, but again, you're getting now, so airfare, that's going to stay the same. And of course, there are ways you could get cheap airfare. But again, if you need a break from the United States, you're tired, you want a little sabbatical, you want a vacation, slow travel it. So book for the 28 days. It's actually going to be cheaper than what you might pay at home. You've got utilities covered, and then what you have to cover is food and any transportation and any sightseeing you want to do. But let's talk about that. Hey, if you're just joining, I'm talking about if you're over 50, maybe you're moving into retirement age and you want a break from the stress of the United States right now. You want a vacation, you want a sabbatical, you want a scouting trip, or you want to save money. Again, I know it sounds counterintuitive because what I'm saying is, oh, you can travel and save money. Some of you, some of you watching this may pay 2,000 for rent. I don't know. Some of you live in DC, some of you live in New York City, and your rent is really high. I've just told you And if this weren't alive, I could pull up and show you on Airbnb right now in countries like France or Spain as a tourist, right? As an American tourist, you can find an Airbnb for like $800 for a month. So all the utilities included, you've paid airfare, but now you have a place to stay and chill out for a month. You have beautiful churches to go see and museums and sites and ruins or whatever, performances. Maybe there's a jazz festival. There's all different things that you haven't seen, and you're in a new place and you're just living your life. So maybe it's just you want something exciting and different to do. So rather than stay in Brooklyn where you are, your lease is ending and you're like, I'm going to travel for 3 months and just chill and get my mind together, right? I lived in Brooklyn, that's why I chose Brooklyn. Or you're in Philly, your lease is up, or you sublet your apartment, guys. Again, think out of the box. Sublet your apartment. Your apartment is taken care of for the summer coming up, for summer 2026, right? And you do this Airbnb strategy, okay? And you combine it, the second strategy you combine that's going to save you even more money, right? Because the Airbnb you're paying for, but again, my position is that for many of you, that Airbnb in a foreign country is going to be cheaper than all the costs you pay for your apartment or your housing in the United States. So, and you get your stress level down. You don't live there, you're not involved in their politics, you don't. Maybe you're in France, you don't know what they're saying. You're in Spain, you're like, I don't know, their elections are coming up. I don't care, right? You're in Portugal and you're like, oh, I don't know, they're excited about this guy, whatever. I don't care. I just want to have another, you're having chicken and some salad and some wine and you're happy. Okay. So the other thing that you can use besides this very judicious and careful use of Airbnb, which again, check out my masterclass that I made. It's pre-recorded, an hour worth of video chopped up into bits, and then worksheets and all that. It's on pre-sale right now. The other thing that you combine it with is house sitting.